Actually don't have, I feel like this is going to go by so fast, but thank you guys for the newbies coming tonight to this new moon gathering. I hosted the first one last month and I've been having this idea for a while of like, the new moon is known for setting intentions, having a very activating type of energy. And the full moon, typically, I mean, each moon is different if you really get down the astrology road, but the full moon is typically for releasing and letting go and a time to go inward. And the past few years, I've stopped doing New Year's resolutions because that's not the right time of year to set goals. But I am like very firm. Like, I love planning and setting goals. So I think it's really important to do it on a monthly basis. And this idea of this new moon gathering is for all of us to come together and as a community, just write down the goals that we have and put them in a really smart way. So I'll walk you guys through that in a little bit, but we'll just open up tonight. Hey, Andrea, just make sure you have a pen and paper. But I'm just giving an intro. Uh, so, yeah, where was I? So, we'll get into the goals later on, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, a goal, I want to lose 5 pounds. It could be like something so small, and that's kind of what this gathering is about. And then we could also all share. It doesn't just need to be like me speaking at you guys for the next 20 minutes or 25 minutes. Whoever feels called to share to um, at the end of this, I love sharing my goals with people, family members, friends. I have an accountability buddy for like years now, and I just feel like when you speak it into existence, it makes you want to achieve that goal even more. And also, it kind of happens when you speak it into existence and make it like real. So, let's get started with just an opening breath. Oh, and one thing I will say before I get into it. So, the last month when I did it for the first time, Ubaid was in our class, and I set a goal out to gain. It was a stupid, silly goal, but I was just like 60 people away from 1,000 followers on Instagram. So I was like, all right, I just want to do that. So I made like that was the goal, but that's not what I focused on. We'll do one side of it like this is your goal, but what are the action steps you need to take to reach the goal? And the action step was like post meaningful content. So I did that and I got my first viral post that's like up to 87,000 views. And I was like, oh my God, this really, when you put together like the spiritual practices with like the Western logic, I'm like, wow, this shit works. Anyway, I'm really excited. Okay, so without further ado, let's just close down our eyes and just start and tapping into sacred space. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. One more sip in through the nose. Hold the breath. Connect with your inner energy, that inner fire within you. And exhale out through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose again, keeping the eyes closed down. One more sip in. Hold the breath. Connect with your inner fire, your inner light. And exhale out through the mouth. Last time here, deep breath in through the nose. One more sip in, holding the breath, connecting with that inner fire, and allowing that fire to connect with the energy of the moon, the new moon in Gemini, and exhale out through the mouth. And just keeping the eyes closed here, knowing we're in no rush to move on. And we'll just open up with one breath. We'll do a short breath practice tonight. It's a beautiful breath practice that if you've been in some of my classes the past few weeks, I've been doing it a lot just because I've been practicing it independently. So it's called So Hum. We breathe in through the mouth very sharply and exhale out through the nose. So breathe in, breathe out. And in your mind, you'll repeat So Hum. And So Hum is a mantra that translates to I am that. And this mantra reminds us that we are connected to all things around us in the universe. So I love that, this mantra is really sticking out to me, especially for this new moon, because we are connected to the moon cycles, and reminding that we can harvest this energy around us, especially for a time of setting intentions and goals, is such a beautiful thing. So we won't do it for too long. So we'll keep the eyes closed down again, having both of your feet planted on the floor, having a straight back, and breathe in through the mouth sharply and exhale out through the nose. Breathe in, breathe out. Keeping up with the breath, so hum, keep going, keep pushing past your edge. 10 more seconds, almost there. Deep breath in through the mouth. Hold the breath. Keep exhaling out through the mouth. And just settle down here. Just allowing to strengthen the connection to your body by naming any physical sensations you may be having. It could be I feel tingling in my face, in my chest. It could be I feel tightness in my chest or my stomach or anywhere else in the body. You could be feeling a knee pain, needing to clear the throat. It could be anything at all, but just naming it in the body without judgment. And just keep naming it without judgment. Just pure awareness, pure observation. And we'll get into the breath practice one more time. And it'll be our last round for tonight. So we're only going to be here for about 30 seconds, not too long. So really give it your all. Breathe in through the mouth. Exhale out through the nose. 10 more seconds. Keep going. Deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale out through the mouth. And just keeping the eyes closed here. And letting the mind and heart settle down and just being focused on your normal breath or my voice, whatever anchors you into this present moment. And now naming in the mind any emotional sensations that you may be feeling. It could be joy, happiness, frustration, anger. Maybe it's anxiousness because you can't settle down the mind. Whatever it is, just naming that in your mind. Pure observation and awareness, no judgment as you're naming it. And now let's do one final clearing breath before we get into the SMART goal exercise. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose. One more sip in. Hold. Keep holding the breath, connecting to your inner light, your inner fire that gives you the motivation to set these goals and intentions. And exhale out through the mouth. And no rush, opening up your eyes whenever you feel called and ready. But I'll get started on just doing a little bit of guidance for this journaling exercise. So for the newbies in here, on one side of the page, just make a column in the middle of your page, because on the left side we'll put just really free write. I'll put on music for about like 1 to 2 minutes, but just put down 5 to 6 goals or intentions or things that you've been wanting to manifest on the left side of the page. And it could really be anything. Think of it, but it could be anything, but something that is really achievable in the next 6 months, let's say. So let's say if you want to manifest like $300K in your business, but you're only making $1,000, maybe that's way too big, but maybe something in the next 6 months would be, okay, I feel like I can make $10,000 or $6,000 or whatever. That would be something more achievable in the next 6 months. So, and if you were here last week and you didn't achieve that goal, you can rewrite it down again, or if you didn't achieve it, maybe break it down into half of that goal or even a quarter of that goal. A lesser, I don't want to say a lesser version, but maybe a micro or bridge goal to whatever you were planning. So I'll play the music for 1 minute. Alrighty. So if you have your list one, that's great. I'll just give some pointers. So like for I just want to make sure that our goals are like super smart and like specific and measurable and they have a timeline on them. So I'll give an example of one that wasn't smart that I put on my list. So at first I wrote doom scrolling, but it's too vague. It's like it's for me to just make that as a goal is it doesn't really say what I need to do or what's like the measurable aspect of it. So I changed it to lowering my phone screen time to 1 hour a day. And so now on the right side of the page, everyone's gonna write an actionable thing or things that you need to do to achieve that goal. So for me, it's like for this specific goal, it's set time limits and replace it with reading, which actually correlates to another goal of mine. But yeah, so I'll put on the music again for the next like 2 minutes and we'll work on the actionable steps and think if the actionable steps are too they seem really unattainable to do in the next 30 days because this again is like a goal setting for each new moon, so you really want to make it achievable in 30 days. So if it feels too lofty, the action, and you're unable to do it, don't be hard on yourself. Just figure out how to change the goal, or maybe just we're going to X out the goal at the end. But we'll go through that exercise now for the next 2 minutes. Okay, beautiful. So, if you guys are done, I just want us to bring our left hand over our heart and our right hand over our belly. And just tuning in to our inner world and just asking our intuition and guidance on what goal will we pick for just this month, because we can't focus on everything at once. We want to make these things really achievable and feel good. So just connecting with your body and your intuition and your mind, and feeling into which intention or goal or manifestation is something that I can truly focus on for the next month. Take one deep breath in through the nose. Another sip in. Exhale out through the mouth. And looking back at your list and making a big circle around the line of what you want to, the goal that you're going to focus on, or the resolution or intention for the next month. I will share mine. I'm going to circle. So when we're doing this circle, it's like the biggest emphasis is on the actionable. It's actually not on the manifestation, because those things can also change, those goals. You might think you want to move one place, and then it's like, oh my God, I did all of the things and like did all of the research, and then I went to visit there and I hate it. So sometimes it's not even about the manifestation, but I always think that if we desire something, the action and the journey there is like the most important. So we'll circle the full line, but we'll just really, for the next month, just focus on the actionable part. So like, for example, mine is get 2 corporations to be interested in this corporate breathwork program that I just completed. So I'm not going to focus on that, but what I will focus on is finishing my website and sending out the pitch deck that I have to several people who told me that they're interested. So that's just an example of like, I'm not going to focus on the goal the next month. I'm just going to focus on the actionable steps that I need to take in order to achieve that goal. So if anybody, we only have 3 minutes left, but you guys, I don't have anything after this if we want to stay in here. But if anyone else wants to share, there's literally no pressure at all. You don't have to share, but if you would like to share, feel free to like unmute yourself and just share anything that comes to mind. It doesn't even have to be a goal. It could be a question for the community. But if you want to share yours, it's accountability. And if not, no worries. Maybe if you guys put in the chat, how did that feel for you guys? Did